Yo guys, and welcome to my review of episode 32 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, the duel between the Great King of Terror and Kirishima Rovian. Now, I don't want to fully call him a Lug yet. The reason why is I'm getting flashbacks to Sevens, where for like the first half of that first season, we all called Luke Rook, and I'm just gonna wait a little bit to see if there's any changes, because yeah, that was really bad. But overall, this was a really good episode. The introduction of the Great King of Terror was amazing. I like how they set it up, where the last episode they give you a hint of it being the Luke variant, and because it gives you something to think about. Is it going to be basically an exact copy of Luke, or if it's going to be the exact opposite, where he's going to be a really bad duelist? And it seems like they're going down the same path as they did for Luke, where he was new to the game, but he instantly was incredible at it. And again, we see that here, right? And we've seen that in Go Rush already with Yugioh. We see that joke at the end where Rovian is crying about losing to a beginner, and Yuki says, "Yeah, I know how that feels." So that was really funny. But there's a lot now to think about. Firstly, is the fact that Yugioh knows the name, or at least he recognizes the name, the Lug, or again, whatever it is. That is very obviously a reference to Luke. We know, or at least we presume, Yugioh was on Velgear, and that he was the one who gave Yugioh the dual disc, so it makes sense that he heard about Luke, or the Luke man, from Yugioh. What exactly he knows, we'll figure that out, and I'm fairly confident that either at the end of this arc or in the next arc, we're going to get something about this connection. I feel like now with everything that happened with Goha Yuna and with Luke, or I guess with Yugioh having some kind of recollection of the name the Lug, I feel like we're getting there very soon, and I'm excited about that. Yen Star was very weird in this episode too, but since we know from the summaries why that is, which don't worry, I'm not going to talk about anything past at least the next episode, since we saw that in the preview. But we know what the reason for Star acting so weird is now. But overall, this was just such a good episode. Something that both Go Rush and Sevens are both so good at is setting up the world and having so many things at the same time. But we'll see what's next. This tournament also feels really weird. So my initial thoughts for this was we're going to have 4 episodes for the quarterfinals, 2 for the semifinals, and then the final episode was going to, or the finals was going to be 2 episodes. Because it should be an 8 episode tournament if they go properly. However, since we know, at least on the good side, all the people that are going to be in the next, or in these 4 duels, it looks like Yugioh, Yuki, and Yuamu won't be dueling until the end of this arc. I really doubt that. I almost feel like what's possible to happen is that the Great King literally wins every single match, or at least their team wins every single match, so that in the end it's just going to be, okay, this person duels, this person duels, this person duels. And my personal theory is that UDS is actually going to lose, but since we know that he can survive, uh, or at least that being frozen doesn't affect him at all, he's going to probably just break out and challenge the Great King again. I feel like that wouldn't have been established already if it didn't have any kind of purpose. So him being frozen and losing and then getting out and challenging the Great King in the season finale, or I guess the arc finale, makes a lot of sense. And yeah, I'm very excited to see where the show is going to go from here. But as always, tell me what you guys think. Do you have any theories on how the end of this arc is going to unfold? And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.